Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, focus. There we go. Hi, welcome to Laura's Inspiration 2.0. Don't mind my messy room behind me. It's the only location that I have. My husband's out there playing video games. So I feel like I'm really far away from the camera. But anywho. So my name is Laura. I haven't been on here in a cool minute. Sometimes life just catches up with you, and that's the hard part. And / easy part of weight loss. I was really active over 3 years ago, especially after I had my reconstructive plastic surgery. If you haven't seen those videos, go back and see them. My journey, technically, I'm going to try and do a small mini recap. My journey technically began actually in December of 2009. My mom passed away, and that really sent me on a spiral. I was always overweight, always the chubby girl. I'll try and put a picture here. It just happened. That was just me. And so I had just kind of accepted it that was going to be me. And when my mom passed away, at the time I had a boyfriend, now husband, who was very loving and loved me no matter what, which was great. But he started seeing things, my mom's diabetes and being overweight and all of that could be a major factor for us down the line. Got engaged after a couple months after my mom passed away. He started mentioning weight loss surgery to me, and truthfully, it's something that I had thought of. I just never thought of doing it. I guess at the time, 2010, when I looked into it for my insurance company, I had to be like 400 pounds to do it, which I wasn't. It's close, but I wasn't 400 pounds. And then sadly in 2010, in September, my dad passed away. And that's when I was really like, okay, like these two horrible events happened because both my parents were overweight. I really need to make some changes in my life. So then I went to go see my doctor. My doctor has my highest recorded weight at 367, but I feel like that's kind of high. I feel like it was more like 347. And that was in like December of 2010 when I started the process. I had to do 6 months, at least 6 months of, or it was 5 months of weight loss through my insurance so that I could get my procedure covered by my insurance. So I started in January of 2011, and I was also preparing for my wedding. So I went from 347, I believe 347, down to the day of surgery, I was 301. So that's a loss of 46 pounds in 7 months. And I did start having those thoughts of like, well, if I could do it, people in Biggest Loser do it, why can't I do it? But then I started realizing that I was really pushing myself because I had this goal in mind. And if I didn't keep having this goal, I don't think my willpower would be enough. And I found out later, willpower is not always enough. So within a year of having my surgery, from July 2011 to July 2012, I lost about 114 pounds from my day of surgery weight. So I was down to 187, which was below my surgeon's goal. My surgeon's goal was 190, so I was 3 pounds below, so I was very excited about that. And he was very excited, and I was a success story, and if I can find a picture, put it in here. So then within the next year, I went from about 190, which is where my body was comfortable, to about 200, so I gained about 10 pounds. Not where I really wanted to be, but still better than where I was. And in 2013, I decided to have elective plastic surgery through Dr. Timothy Katzen. Love him. Go check him out. I had 4 procedures done in one summer. I would not recommend it. I only did it because I was a teacher and I wanted to get it done. And I was in my early 30s. Early 30s. And I just wanted to enjoy my body. And everybody was like, well, aren't you going to have kids? Why would you do this if you're going to have kids? And it's like, my husband and I didn't plan on having kids until we were later. And I wanted to enjoy this body. I wanted to be able to look cute in bikinis and in clothes. And I was in my late 20s, early 30s. I wanted to enjoy myself. And I knew that my body would stretch out later. And I was fine with that. So in June of 2013, I had a medial thigh lift, which didn't take very well, and a lower body lift, or a 360 circumferential body lift, where they pretty much cut you from all the way around, take out skin, and then put you back together, which left my stomach very tight, very tight. And then in July, I had my brachioplasty done, my arms and my boobs. I had a breast lift and a breast augmentation with 350 and 300 cc's in my breasts. During that time, I had a lot of issues. You can go back and watch all my videos on those. But I got down to 174, which is pretty scary. You could see like my rib cage, which was pretty scary. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I look like a model, but it was pretty scary. So then over that, so that was 2013, over the next, 5 years, I guess, I went from like 200 to 240, which was a big change. And I think I just got comfortable. Part of me thought I was done. I didn't really think in my brain that's like, you're never done. I also went back to school. I got my master's in education, and I got my teaching credential, my preliminary teaching credential. And so changing, going to school, switching jobs really had an effect on my overall routine, my overall routine. And so it really fucked things up, really messed things up. I didn't have my normal wake up in the morning, workout, eat well, come home, whatever. I didn't have that. I was like going to school at night, so I was snacking and trying to buy healthy snacks and, eating dinner on campus. And so it was definitely really hard. But part of me kind of came to terms with the fact that I looked okay. I mean, I was still curvy. I still had my hourglass, but I was like just a bigger hourglass. And my husband actually thinks I look healthier now than I did when I was down at 180. So anyway, so I had a good 5 years after my surgery of like being thinner. And I mean, definitely right after surgery, I looked a lot better than I did years later. But I went from wearing a size 10-ish. I mean, I could even fit myself into a size 8, but it was really bad. It was a really bad size 8. So I would say I was more about a size 10, and now I'm about a size 14, which isn't too bad. I'm back up in the plus size, but I've always had wide hips, like bigger thunder thigh-ish hips. Even when I was down at my lowest weight, I was really bottom heavy. I was more of a pear. So then by the time I turned 35, which was in 2018, this year I turned 25, my husband and I started talking babies. And so we knew we had plans to have a baby. And so I started thinking, okay, well, I'd like to lose a little bit of weight before I have the baby, because I knew I was going to get bigger, and it scares the crap out of me getting bigger. But I knew it was going to happen. And so I wanted to do something where I wasn't going to be that big, I guess. It's hard to explain, but I wanted to get down lower. Then I found out I was pregnant on August 3rd. And we were planning all this. So, I mean, I kind of knew it was going to happen. Took about 2 cycles, which I was very surprised about. But I was really worried because I was 35. But on August 3rd, I found out I was pregnant. And about 2 weeks ago, I found out I was having a girl. It's going to be a little girl, which I'm kind of crazy worried about, because I was almost insistent I was having a boy. Because everybody told me I didn't have any morning sickness. I didn't have, a little bit of nausea, but that was it. No real symptoms. A little bit of breast tenderness, but other than that, nothing. And so, it just lets you know those wives' tales aren't always true. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was 347. And so now I'm about 3 August. So I'm going to be 20 weeks. So I'm halfway, I guess, out of the 40 weeks. I'm going to be 20 weeks next week. And so within those 3 months or whatever, 20 weeks, I gained about 10 pounds, which isn't that bad. But it has me at the 250 mark, 257. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I really hope I don't end up pushing 300, because that would be ridiculous. I'm hoping with my baby weight that I'm not going to gain too much more. I'm trying to still stay active and move my body, doing cardio, a little bit of light weights, I'm really not trying to burn that many calories. I just want to keep up that intensity and that routine in my life. It's definitely been harder. I've been at the same job teaching third grade for about almost 2 years. And it's about 25 miles away from where I work, from where I live. And so it's really hard for me to do the morning workout because it means I have to get to the gym at 5. And then I'm usually at work until like 4 o'clock. So it's a long day for me. But as far as everything goes for me, life is pretty good. You know, I was going to try, I know for me, when I was looking into having children or knowing that I wanted to have children after weight loss surgery and plastic surgery, I couldn't find much on the internet. I think there was 1 or 2 girls who posted some stuff, but they didn't post much. And I understand, especially after the baby, it's going to be hard. And dude, it took me 3 years to post this video. But I'm really hoping that I can try and keep it up a little bit. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to post every week. Maybe I'll post every month, but I just wanted to give you guys an update because I know I've been missing for a while, and I don't even know if anybody still watches. I mean, I see people commenting every now and then on my videos, but for the most part, if you have any questions about like what my journey's been like, truthfully, look at my past videos. I find it interesting that certain videos have more views than others. I think my 4-month video has like 10,000 views, which I think is interesting. But yeah, I mean, you know, I've just been trekking along. The baby is pretty small right now. I don't have much of a baby bump. Let me see if I can show you guys. Don't mind my dirty laundry. See, I knew that was gonna happen. I had a feeling. Let's try this again. Stay. Okay. So, let's see. This is me now. So I don't know if you can see my scars from my brachioplasty, really nothing there. That's my arms. You can tell I've gained some weight up here. But I mean, overall, my arms are fine. My breasts have gotten larger since the baby, but this is me now. I still have a bit of an hourglass, but not much. I will say the baby is riding pretty low. So I feel like I've gained a lot more weight down here, if you can kind of tell, right around there. And that's like some fat, but realistically it's mostly baby. But that's me, a little bit of love handles. But for the most part, you know, life's just trekking along, everything's good. So I'm, you know, excited to keep you guys updated on how my body changes with surgery or with pregnancy. I'm not showing much at all. It could be because I have a very long torso. I'm 6 foot tall, and so my torso is actually much longer than the rest of my body. And so I've heard that that happens because then the baby can stretch up. However, when I was doing the ultrasound today, she had to get really low on my pelvis, which I was really surprised about. So the baby's sitting pretty low, but she says that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, that's about it on my life. I do have a Facebook page. It's Laura's Inspiration. You can search that and you should be able to find me. I don't really check it that often, truthfully, and I don't update much just because, you know, life has just gotten life. But anyway, talk to you guys later.